Today I'm going to give away a free t-shirt, bring you a Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight, bring you comics news, and reveal the books I bought this week. How y'all doing? I'm Victor, and you are watching the Comic Hero Show. Now kick that logo! Welcome to this week's edition of the Comic Hero Show. I'm your host, Victor Nutley, and I am the Comic Hero. It's Mardi Gras season. Mardi Gras season continues. This is the second Mardi Gras episode I'm doing of the show. And here's the one thing about Mardi Gras. Now, Mardi Gras most commonly is celebrated here in Louisiana. But did you know that it's also celebrated in other parts of the Deep South, such as Mississippi and Alabama? As a matter of fact, in Alabama, they start Mardi Gras a little earlier than we do. Now here in Louisiana, we start Mardi Gras on the 12th night, or the beginning of the Epiphany, or the last night of Christmas. And we run it all the way through Ash Wednesday. But in Alabama, they begin in November, and then have a Mystic Society ball on Thanksgiving, and then another one on New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve and New Year's Day to be exact, and they run all the way through Ash Wednesday. Now, that's all great and everything, but And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Louisiana boy, but I'm saying that because it's the truth. Nobody does Mardi Gras like Louisiana does. And that's the entire state. That's all the way from New Orleans to Shreveport. I mean, when we do Mardi Gras, we do it right, and we're a lot more awesome. But I found out recently that they don't just celebrate, Mardi Gras isn't just celebrated here in the States, it's also celebrated overseas. It's celebrated in cities like Quebec City, Quebec, Canada, in Mazatlan, Sinaloa, Mexico, in the port of Spain, located in Trinidad and Tobago, and also in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. But here's the one thing about Mardi Gras that the parades that makes it a lot fun, is that a lot of times when you go to a parade, you get to catch stuff like cups, coins, and what I have right here, beads. Now, one thing about Mardi Gras though, is that when you go to a parade, you can catch beads by just sticking out your hand and hoping somebody that's in a parade throws something, or you can just yell out to them and say something like, "Throw me something, mister," or "Throw me something, ma'am." And then I've even seen folks do all kinds of obscene stuff that I'm not going to say on here. But that's the beauty of it. And sometimes it's not just beads, cups, or coins. Sometimes it can be candy. Alright, I hope y'all enjoyed that, and then next week I'll have another tidbit on Mardi Gras. But for right now, it's time to give away a free t-shirt. Alright, on last week's episode I asked which comic book character outsold the entire comic book industry during most of the 1940s. Now I gave some hints on social media. The first hint was that this character had a movie that came out last year that starred Zachary Levi. The second hint was that in the DC Flashpoint universe, he was known as Captain Thunder. And then the third clue, or the third hint rather, this character, before he was shelved by DC temporarily, went by Captain Marvel. Well, the correct answer is Shazam. And 6 people have answered correctly, and because they've answered correctly, their names have been entered in a drawing for a free tee, and that drawing takes place right now. So the winner of the free tee for this week's episode of the show is Cameron Green from Hayesville, Louisiana. So congratulations, Cameron. You win yourself a free Comic Hero tee. Alright, here's the question for next week's episode, and this is a Batman question. Which book and issue did Bane break Batman's back in? Now I'm looking for the title of the book, and I'm also looking for the issue number. In other words, such and such number such and such. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show. Alright, now D'Angelo Ballou from Warren, Ohio has requested a Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight, and this one features 2 animal-like characters, one in the comics, and one on the video game screen and arcade. Representing Marvel, we have Beast. And representing Samurai Showdown, we have Kasara Geto. These two are going to duke it out in a segment I like to call
the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown.
Welcome to the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Today, it's Beast versus Kasara Geto. Beast possesses genius-level intellect, superhuman strength, speed and agility, hand-to-hand and acrobatic combat skills, and animal-like physiology with enhanced physical attributes and sharp claws and teeth. Kasara Geto possesses superhuman strength, bone control, vomit, demon summoning, and flying head. Who will win? This fight will be brain versus brawn from start to finish. Kasara Geto will waste no time trying to take down one of the 5 original X-Men. He would yank out one of his protruding bones, shape it like a sword, and attack Beast. This proves to be unsuccessful due to the latter's acrobatic skills. Kasara Geto would then throw his own head at Beast. The former would bite the latter on the arm, but Beast would easily pry him off without surrendering his fur and skin, and throw him far away from Kasara Geto's torso as possible. Just when Beast is about to come up with an offensive attack, Kasara Geto would summon a few demons to take down Beast once and for all. Big mistake. Beast conjures up a spell to turn the demons against Kasara Geto, and they eat him alive. You see, Beast isn't just a doctor of science and medicine, but also a doctor of sorcery. After all, he learned a lot from the Sorcerer Supreme himself, Dr. Strange. Beast wins, and that concludes this fight on the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Alright, thank you D'Angelo Ballou for that fight. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I'll have another one next week. Now it's time for Comically Speaking, so without further ado, let's talk comics! Alright, there are 2 things we're going to talk about in this segment of Comically Speaking, and the first one is the news that Sean Schemmel, the voice of Goku and King Kai on Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super, will be a guest at Louisiana Comic Con this year in Lafayette. Now, it's next month. It's at the Cajun Dome Convention Center. I'm still a little on the fence on whether I'm going to go to this one. I've been to every one since 2015. And, well, really, since, 2015, that's when it was. I remember it was in... they had it twice that year. They also had it twice in 2017. But anyway, I'm still a little undecided on whether I'm going to go. But if y'all a fan of anything Dragon Ball, y'all go and meet this guy. He's a great guy. He's also a noted horn player for all my fellow band nerds. Just saying. All right, now the second thing, I recently got caught up with Avengers. Now there's this story arc that's currently going on called Star Brand Reborn. Now the Avengers get word that the Star Brand, that someone had gotten control of the Star Brand. It was previously controlled by a high school student who later became a college student, but then died while harnessing it. And the Avengers go off to space, and they try to find it. And along the way, Thor ends up being infected by the Brood and becomes a Brood himself. And he's having a hard time trying to wield Mjolnir because of it. And then some other things. Oh, by the way, Black Widow goes with them on this mission in space. But then the Shi'ar Empire. The Shi'ar Empire actually enlisted the Avengers for help. But then we find out that three of Galactus's former heralds, the Silver Surfer, Terrax, and Flamethrower, all go out and they try to stop the Avengers in their tracks. But then they find out that the person that was harnessing the Star Brand was a pregnant woman. And the last issue I read was number 29. I bought number 30 a few weeks ago, but I haven't gotten to it yet. But let me tell you, Jason Aaron and Ed McGuinness have done such a great job on this book, especially the writing by by Jason Aaron. I mean, Ed McGuinness, that man is staying power and has been staying power for a long time, ever since he was penciling issues of Superman back when Jeff Loeb was on the book. I mean, he's done that. He's done the Hulk. He's done Superman, Batman. I mean, this man, he's just amazing. And it's almost like he just never skips a beat. Like, his artwork is just spot on. And I can't wait to read number 30, and it's going to be great. All right, that's it for Comically Speaking. Now let's get to the comics I bought this week.
Comic books I bought this week.
All right, first up is Batman number 88. Black Panther number 20. Detective Comics number 1019. Detective Comics Annual number 3. Justice League number 40. Justice League Dark number 19. Justice League Odyssey number 18. Marauders number 7. Miles Morales Spider-Man number 15. Far Sector number 2. Far Sector number 3. Wonder Twins number 11. And finally, Young Justice number 13. Alright, that's 13, which brings the total number of comics that I bought since December of 1997 to 9,856. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Here's the question again for a free tee for next week's episode of the show. Which book and issue number did Bane break Batman's back in? Now, I'm looking for the title of the book and the issue number. In other words, such and such character, number such and such. Everyone who answers correctly been entered in a drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show. And congratulations to Cameron Green from Haynesville, Louisiana, who won a free tee on this week's episode. And, I forgot to make mention of the shirt I'm wearing. This is a Mardi Gras, a purple Mardi Gras comic hero tee. This is the second of 4 Mardi Gras shirts that I'm making. And here on the sleeve is a balance scale. Now the balance scale represents what the color purple, the principle that the color purple represents, and that's justice. And I believe that if you have enough faith, then any adversity that you may face will be brought to justice. And I'm going to have another one. Next week I'm going to wear a gold Mardi Gras comic hero tee. And of course gold represents power. And then on episode 299, the final episode of the 200s, I'm going to wear. I'm going to combine all three all three, but no, I'm not going to wear all three shirts on that episode. Although that would be kind of cool, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not saying per se what it's going. I'll say this: it combines both Mardi Gras and Ash Wednesday, but y'all have to stay tuned and watch. However, if you're friends with me on Facebook and you've liked the Comic Hero fan forum, then you'll be able to see it there. And speaking of which, after episode 299, well, this is kind of astute of me saying this, but it's going to be the 300th episode. And if you're watching this and you have any ideas for what I should do on a 300th episode, I'm all ears, as long as it's not crazy or too over the top or anything like that. The only thing that I can think to do is just do a regular episode. And I'm also thinking about making a special shirt for that occasion. But if y'all have anything else in mind, just let me know. Alright, I'm Victor Nunley on the Comic Hero. I'll see you next week for episode 298. So until then, be safe, be blessed, be a hero, and throw me something, mister! Woo!